universal sounds of children, sounds of laughter and love. Regardless of their environment in which they are raised, children all over the world share a secret which, somewhere along the way, many of us forget. That secret is what gives children their innocence and provides the promise for the future. That secret is hope.
The land of make-believe is very real to most preschoolers. They dream of being all grown up, living in a perfect world. But the reality is that life is not perfect, and dreams don't always come true.
5-year-old Vince wants to be a doctor when he grows up, and 3-year-old Angela hopes to be a singer. But Vince and Angela are orphans in Jinja, Uganda. They live and dream at Amani Baby Cottage.
We opened Amani Baby Cottage with our goal and our vision was to provide a home for the orphaned, abandoned, and the needy children of Jinja and all of Uganda, all parts of Uganda. Our vision is that each one will have a permanent family of their own, and that we are only a transition for them to go into a family, to be adopted.
Vince and Angela share Amani Baby Cottage with nearly 60 other children. In fact, Uganda is home to nearly 2 million orphans. The vast majority of them have been orphaned due to HIV/AIDS, a disease which has killed nearly 1 million Ugandans since 2001 alone.
I would say probably 30% of our children there are there because of AIDS. They themselves might not have it, but they did have the antibodies from their mother, and their mother did have it, and that's most likely the reason they were abandoned was because their mom had AIDS.
Many orphanages, like Amani Baby Cottage in Jinja, Uganda, try to alleviate the symptoms of HIV/AIDS in the orphans. Although they know that some of these children may eventually lose their lives due to this disease, they still do their best to instill hope in these impressionable young lives.
We love them. We try to show God's love to them so much, and I know that they know that somehow. They feel that because it's very real in our life there.
I think we just make sure they know they're loved, and so they don't have a reason to lack hope. We don't give them a chance to even think that there's no hope.
Janine Barge is the executive director of Amani Baby Cottage in Jinja, Uganda. She operates the orphanage with the goal that, while these children may be products of their past, they will never be prisoners.
Everyone deserves to grow up in a family unit, and an institution is definitely not a family unit. We are an institution. We're a very good institution, but we will not be anything but an institution. We cannot give these children the love and the care that they need, that they will get in a family.
Meeting these orphans' emotional needs is one thing, but meeting their basic needs of food, clothing, and shelter is quite another.
It's roughly about $7,000 to $7,500 a month to run a baby's home, to pay 35 staff and take care of 55 to 60 children. We pray a lot. God, first of all. There's a few churches that support us, and then there's a few local businesses, that give us enough sugar to last a month, and sometimes, maybe enough baking flour. But it's mostly just small donors sending just individually.
One of the challenges of operating a baby cottage is that, according to law, the children must leave by the time they are 5 years old. If they are not adopted, they are transferred to a children's home where the process begins all over again. For some children, like 5-year-old Vince, it is literally a race against time.
No child should have to experience what Vince has already experienced in his short life. But regardless of his difficult experiences, Vince remains hopeful that someday he will have a family and make a difference in the world around him.
Faith in the future is a recurring theme at Amani Baby Cottage. Dreams are nurtured and optimism is evident. In the caretakers,
I love working here. I love the kids. We have really great families adopting the kids too.
And the children. Over the past 2 years, Janine, her staff, and the children at Amani Baby Cottage have discovered that hope does have tangible rewards. More than 35 children have been placed in permanent homes, a dozen of them in the United States. including Vince and little Angela.
It's been worth the wait because she's just a wonderful little girl, and she's just, like I said, she fits into our family just right. We know God made her just for us.
She's adapted very quickly, and she just loves playing with us, and she talks a lot, and she's just fun to be around.
Last year, approximately 120,000 children were adopted in the United States. About a sixth of them, 20,000 children, were international cases. The success rate is extremely high for both domestic and international adoption, if this one rule is followed.
Adoption always should just be about the child, and yeah, I personally think people should adopt just because it's just the right thing to do. There are children out there all over the world, you know, in our own towns where we live in the States, and you know, it's not about shopping for the perfect baby and getting the right ethnic background or the right size and shape, but it's just about the child that's in need that wants somebody to love it and take it in. And yes, there's trials. Yes, there's, you know, problems you have to get through. The children all come with different various backgrounds and issues, but the main thing is all of them have a joy that, you know, they are all just didn't even realize they would have.
They don't have anybody, they don't have any family, and now they have an abundance of family. Just the feeling of knowing that we've helped out and we've done something good for somebody, it's amazing.
The best part is that we have Angela.
As with many things, adoption has its own intrinsic rewards.
When we're adopted, we're lost, and now we are.
As well as its challenges.
People are always looking at us now because we have her and she's black and we're white. And we'll have some people that are very supportive and like, oh, she's so cute, we're so excited for you, and others just kind of look at you like, why would you do something like that?
Why adopt? Because adoption is hope fulfilled. Hope for parents.
Having kids come in your family really changes everything.
Hope for children.
I like to be the adopted.
And hope for the future.
Okay. Let me figure out what I want to do in life.
Adoption is about hope and heart. Children facing an unknown future who have learned the secret of looking past their problems in order to discover their potential. It is the lesson learned from the lives of children. Hope changes the world, one child at a time.